Happy New Year, everybody! Chaos Wulff here from Sci-Fi Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is going to be my first video of 2017. That's right, 2016 is now over and done with. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be very, very happy with that. Because let's be honest, according to the internet, 2016 was the worst year ever. And as I said, so many people are going to be happy to see the back of it. Now, for me, 2016 wasn't all that bad. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing for my YouTube channel in general, because I started off this year around about 10,000 subscribers maybe. And over the course of this year, I have doubled my subscriber base, more than doubled my subscriber base. It says here that I've gained about 12,000 subscribers, so that is absolutely insane, and I'm really happy with that. Now, you may be wondering why I have had such a long little break from YouTube. It's been a little over a week, and originally I was planning to go and stream the second leg of my trip to Jack Station. Problem is, I went and got thoroughly ill on the way back from England over Christmas. So, you know, the whole shebang. Chesty cough, sneezing, coughing, can't breathe, all that kind of thing. So, really, really lovely stuff. So, yeah, that was great. And thankfully, I've only just gotten over the worst of it. You may still be able to hear a little bit of it in my voice, but thankfully I'm over the vast majority of it, so where I can start making videos again. Because I've been sitting here going stir crazy, going, I need to make videos! I can't just sit on my ass and do nothing! So it's been getting really frustrating for me. But it's also allowed me a chance to just chill and just play games. I mean, like I said, I was originally planning to stream my progress going to Jack Station, because I was going over for the community goal, but I've had to go and do that by myself without streaming or anything, just because it needed to get done, because as of recording this, there's only about 1 day left on the community goal, and I just wanted to get it done in case I wasn't well enough to be able to stream it, so that's done. So what I am actually going to go and do, though, is actually go and potentially stream on the way back. We'll go and see how it goes. But yeah, no, it's been absolutely amazing this time. And as you can see in the background, I'm at Jack Station. I got in, went and sold off all of the Galactic Travel Guides. So now I've gone and supplied 260. Although I did actually only go and pay for for 10 of them myself. So I have about 6 or so Wolfpack members to thank for getting me the rest of them to fill up my ship. So that was awesome. Now, we were having problems actually filling my ship up, because I wanted to do this with Collect Limpets, but for some reason, every time, I'd collect the first one, but then as soon as the Collect Limpet went out for the second one, it crashed my game. So that was really annoying, so I ended up having to scoop around about 240 of these things, maybe a little more, 240 odd of these things, manually, in an Anaconda. So yeah, that was fun. So it doesn't matter, we're here now and we've sold off all the commodities. We've got 260 supplied to this community goal, so hopefully the Wolves are going to be able to go and colonise one of the 10 designated systems around Jack Station. Now, it's not going to be the Wolves of Jonai as it was before, it's going to be the Lost Wolves, so yeah, that's going to be great. So we've got 2 factions technically now, the second one's not actually in the game yet. So we're going to have the Wolves of Jonai and we're going to have the Lost Wolves over near Colonia. Basically, we ended up voting on Facebook for that. And I know some people were giving me flack about going, oh, I don't like this, you're pandering to the Facebook demographics. Well, it's easiest to actually go and talk to the Facebook people, because on my Facebook group I've got over 1,000, not nearly 1,000 commanders even. I say over, it's about 980, so that's great as well. That's another great thing that's happened to me in 2016, is that the Facebook group took off quite a lot. So we've got a bunch of commanders there, we're always helping each other out over there. Yeah, so it's all going really well. I mean, I've not just been playing Elite Dangerous. I mean, I have gotten myself a few new games over Christmas. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch over Christmas, or at least to begin with. But then, a couple of days ago, I went and got myself another game. What's the game you got, Chaos? I hear you crying with deep enthusiasm. Yeah, I can dream. But, yeah, I went and got myself a copy of The Division. Because I'm guessing a certain video by, well, a certain set of videos by the Mighty Jingles might have had something to do with this. But a bunch of the Wulff Pack members, when I came back from my Christmas holidays back in England, I came back and everybody was playing The Division in the TeamSpeak. It's like, what's going on? So now we're playing The Division. Oh, right, okay. So I thought, you know what? I have actually been watching these videos by the Mighty Jingles as well, and the game does look kind of interesting, and it is pseudo-sci-fi as well, because it's like a what-if scenario, so it is technically science fiction. So I've been playing that as well, and I've been having a lot of fun, actually. We had a day, because I've only been playing it for about 4 or 5 days at most. Most of the time I've been playing solo, but one day we got a group of 4 together to just go around leveling, because what happened is another one of the Wulff Pack members, she went and made herself a new character. She's around about level 4, level 5. And me and another couple of Wulff Pack members, so about another 3 of us, thought, you know what, let's actually go make a second character to go level up with this person. So this was absolutely hilarious. We spent the whole day just leveling up, all 4 of us, and it was awesome. It was tough in some places because, you know, everything scales up as you level when you're in a big group. And I learned a lot about the game at that point, so I think I'm a little bit better off at it now. Because when I first started playing, I didn't know what anything was. I didn't know about side missions, about unlocking them at safe houses. I didn't know what the encounters were. I thought that the colour coding was difficulty ratings. It just goes to show how much I know about things. I thought it went green was the easiest, blue was the middle, like the browny orange was the top. But no, I didn't really kind of click that those were for getting resources for your 3 different wings. So I've learned a lot more about that since then, so that's kind of funny. But that's great. Like I said, I've been having a great time playing The Division. Not only that, I've actually gone and upgraded my computer as well. So yes, it's a little later than originally planned. I mean, I was planning to do this back in November, but certain things happened and it ended up being pushed back. I don't want to get into that too much. So that's awesome. I've got a nicely upgraded computer. I've now got a 3.6 GHz hexa-core i7 processor, so that's amazing. It's a massive upgrade over my old processor, which was a 3 GHz quad-core i5. So yeah, that's great. I've got an awesome processor. I've now got an X99 motherboard to go with it, so because I had to get a new motherboard because the processor was not compatible with my old motherboard. Because we were looking into potentially just upgrading the processor and upgrading the RAM on my old motherboard, but the motherboard just did not have the ability to upgrade that much. So I literally had to go for a new motherboard, which meant I had to go for new RAM and a new obviously a new processor, because the processor was the main problem with the previous rig. Well, it's the same rig, pretty much, it's just a few things swapped out. So processor, RAM and motherboard. So it's really, really awesome now. I've now got also some really nice RAM. I can't remember what it is. I think it is... what was it again? There we go. So I've got HyperX Savage DDR4 3000 even megahertz RAM. So that's awesome. It's 32 gigs in the system, so that is absolutely amazing. It goes like the clappers. I've tested it a little bit, but this is the first video I'm actually making for this year and since I've upgraded. So the rig really hasn't had a chance to fully stretch its legs yet. I mean, previously I was trying to play Doom and trying to record on that, and it just wouldn't work, so it dropped down to silly low frame rates. I'd try playing Star Citizen, and that would be silly low frame rates. I mean, I've tried that out, and I've even gone into the open world area where apparently the frame rate issues were attributed to problems on the server. But as soon as the next patch comes out, apparently that's going to be fixed and a lot more optimized, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. But even so, I've been out into the open world thing just for a little bit, just to kind of dip my toe in the water, so to speak. And I'm coming back with frame rates around about 30 frames per second, so that's really good. In a place where apparently it's a server issues that are making it lag like nobody's business. So that's great. I'm finally going to be able to start doing some coverage for Star Citizen, which I've wanted to do for a while. I mean, I've had access to the alpha for a long ass time now. I've had it for about at least 6 to 9 months, but I've not been able to do much with it just because it plays so abysmally. Well, it played so abysmally on my old rig. But the upgrade wasn't without complications. So yes, no, it what happened is I bought a new heatsink to go with it. I was thinking I need a heavy-duty heatsink to go with this thing. So I bought one of those big, massive, fanned heatsinks. So the air cooling. And I thought, no, that'll be enough. I get it. I put all together, and I get basically everything's ready to go. I put the thermal paste on, just getting ready to fit the processor cooling. And first of all, the feet don't line up. So it's like, oh right, okay, I can just adjust those. That's fine. So adjust the feet, put them on. I'm thinking, this doesn't look quite right because I'm putting it's got the little push pegs in, the older style of attachment to the motherboard, and I'm thinking, yeah, they line up now, but they're not going in. Why is it not going in? And then I look underneath, and it's not even making contact with the processor. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? And it obviously hasn't clicked at this point. I've fixed it now, obviously, but I'm sitting there going, what the hell's going on? Right, mate, it seems like things need to be screwed on. So, right, okay, that's fine. So, how could I do this? So, me being a complete and utter pleb, thinks, you know what, I'll MacGyver this, I can fix this. I really should not have been thinking that to begin with. Especially not with the rig that was donated by you guys there, you awesome people. So, again, thank you so much for that, but I really shouldn't have been thinking about this considering that I haven't actually paid for it. What I ended up doing is getting out some clippers and cutting off the little peg things on the bloody heatsink. And yes, I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, like wincing and so on, or even screaming at your monitors at the moment for how much of an idiot I am. And yes, I'm fully aware, but I was a bit stressy at this point. I wanted to make sure it all worked because I was really worried about this. So it was like, oh crap. Well, not at this point. At this point, the oh crap moment hadn't turned up. So I get it on, and he goes, yep, it makes contact now. But the feet, they aren't quite lining up properly, and I'm trying to screw it in, finding out I've got the wrong screws. So that didn't help. So I'm going on like this for a little while, and then slowly the penny starts to drop, and the oh crap moment comes along, thinking, oh crap, I've got the wrong heatsink for this, haven't I? This doesn't fit. So I can't use this. So I turn over to Mrs. Chaos Wulff and I tell her, I think I've got the wrong CPU cooler. And she's like, oh, okay, are you sure it won't be able to fit? Can you take it back? I said, I don't think they'll accept any returns now. she just called me an idiot for doing that. So, but I agree with her, I am an idiot. But what happened is, I was thinking, you know what's going to have to happen? I'm going to have to order a new heatsink to be able to actually fit onto the motherboard, so that I can actually use the thing. And it's not going to get here until tomorrow. And she actually goes, you know what, there's actually a local store that actually sells stuff like this. And I was a bit sceptical, so we went on the website, went and checked, and they did indeed sell heatsinks. So that was great, that was awesome. So we went and checked. The only one that I could see that was guaranteed to fit was a bit of an expensive one. It ended up costing me around about 700 kroners, which roughly translates about 70 quid. Or about, I'm not even sure how much that works to dollars. Oh no, my first instincts were correct. It is actually, works out to about $81 in US. So, it's like, yeah, it's a bit of an expensive one, considering that the one I'd bought previously was around about $35, 30 quid, around about. So, maybe a little bit less in dollars. So, it was around about 300 kroners. So basically, yeah, I've lost a little bit of money on this, but oh well. But then we noticed that the store closes in about half an hour, because naturally I'd left it until like late in the day to start putting this thing together, being the complete idiot that I am. So basically I have to run out the door, run virtually to this store. Thankfully we live in city centre, so it's not too far away. So we get there. So what happens is we get in the door, run up to the bloke behind the till, and I go, look, I need your help to save my build. This is what I need, blah blah blah. I explain the situation to him. And I show him what I've seen on the website. And he goes, I'm not sure, I'll check on the system. He goes, looks on the system, he goes, yeah, we've got one left. But I'm not sure, let me go and check if we've actually got it in stock. So he goes off, bound back, comes back out, he says, yes, I've got one. And he says, are you sure this is going to fit your system, because you don't seem to know what you're doing? He didn't say it in those kind of words, but I know what he was insinuating. And I goes, yeah, it's the, I need the screw fittings. And he goes, yep, this is the one that you need then. It's a universal fitting. So it's like, awesome sauce. So, We get that and walk slowly back because running there wasn't that fun. So we get back and I fit the heatsink. It wasn't that difficult, but it was a bit of a weird one, really. It was like a little dome thing that you plug over the heatsink and had two big cables coming out of it, two big like tubing things, to a heatsink that fits over the fan at the back. And I'm thinking, oh, that's a bit of a new design. Never seen that one before. I have seen it, I've just never used one before. And I'm thinking, oh, looks interesting. Only later do I find out when I'm on TeamSpeak that I've actually bought a water cooler and I didn't realise. So it goes to show how much I know about the internals of a computer. I can just about build one. I know just enough to be dangerous, and that's about it. But whenever there's big problems, I really kind of struggle, and I get really annoyed when I can't work things out for like 2 days. And it's like, oh, god damn it. But yeah, no, it's all done. It's all dusted. And I was a little bit worried at this point, because I had some people telling me that I'd have to completely reinstall Windows because of different chipsets or whatever. And I was really worried about this, but I was told by other people that I wasn't going to need to do this, so I didn't know what was going to happen. But I booted the computer up, it boots up, and it's only working on one screen, and it's like really low resolution. It's like, oh crap, okay. So I changed the screen resolution just because it's bugging the crap out of me, and my mouse was running all over the place because my mouse actually stores everything on the mouse itself. So it always updates itself on the mouse. And then I'm wondering what the hell's going on. So that update, a little update comes up, so I click OK, carry on with that one. And it says need to restart, so it's like, okay, I'll restart. After it restarted again, it was back up on all 3 monitors, all perfectly fine. The only problem was I couldn't connect to the internet because I hadn't got the new network drivers installed, so I just had to go install those off the disk, and now everything's working perfectly fine. I then went and upgraded all my drivers, and it's working absolutely amazingly. I mean, I did go and test it a little bit for when I was rendering, and whereas my old rig, if I was rendering, I literally couldn't do anything else. Well, I could, it'd just be done really slowly and really badly. I couldn't play any games or anything because my processor would pretty much max out if I was rendering. I've checked it now, and with this hexa-core processor, I'm only going up to about a quarter of the processing power. So like, okay, I was expecting it to use all of it and just process faster, but it's taking a little bit less time than what it took previously. Because previously it was taking around about, let's think, if I had a 30-minute video to render, it'd either take a little bit less or a little bit longer, depending on how much stuff I got in there. The same video now will take about 10 to 20% less time to render, and I can do loads of other stuff at the same time. So this is going to make things so much easier. I'm not going to have to edit a video, or edit a bunch of videos, set them to render, and then not be able to do anything. Theoretically, if this holds up, I should be able to be rendering and recording at the same time. Or whatever, it's absolutely amazing. And again, I'm so thankful to everybody that actually donated this cause. Now, don't worry, I am going to do a proper thank you video about this. Because I did say I was going to, and I kind of got sidetracked by everything, and I was wanting just so much confusing stuff happening. So yeah, like I said, I'm not the best at building computers. I can do it, but when I don't know when I'm stressing about things, I'm not the best. So yeah. But it's going really well, so I'm looking forward to a bunch of changes to this channel over the next year. I mean, you'll see at the end of the video I've already got a new end card. I mean, the one I had previously was kind of just a stand-in, because it was something I made for myself, because my graphics guy, he was off doing something else. He basically does all this work for free, and I don't feel right kind of pressuring him to do things when I don't pay him to do anything. So he just does this out of the goodness of his own heart because he wants to see things that he's made on my channel, which is great, because I get professionally made stuff and he gets to have his name out there. But because I've offered to pay him for things, and he goes, no, I won't take any of your money. It's like, okay, awesome, I'm not complaining. But like I said, I don't want to pressure anybody into doing things, but I really needed a new end card, so I made a temporary one. I sent him a request a while ago saying, can you just make me an image for this, please, so I can have this end screen. And it's like, he's gone and got it done now, so we've got a new end screen coming up. That's awesome. Because the previous one I had, I think it was a little bit too messy, and I made it too complicated. So this is going to be a lot better. He's also working on a new intro for me, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm really curious to see what it's going to be like. And yeah, that's absolutely amazing. So what else am I planning to do over this year? Well, just obviously I'm planning to go and start doing Star Citizen videos. And to kick this off, what I want to do is actually go and do a collaboration with the Star Citizen channel. Now, we've already been talking about this, and we already planned to do a collaboration video a while back. Problem was, he managed to actually send me all the audio files, but then I got busy with a beta, like one of the last previous betas that came out. Did all that, and then by the end of this, the video that we were planning to do as a collaboration was no longer relevant. So it was like, okay. So basically that got kind of canned. So unfortunately that just went to thing, and now he's really busy with like real life family stuff. So hopefully as soon as that settles down, we're actually going to go and do this big collaboration thing, because it's going to be really nice to have. Because I don't know much about Star Citizen. I barely know how to log in and actually play the game. I'm much more of an Elite Dangerous person. So what we're thinking is I can go and help his channel out occasionally with his Elite Dangerous content. So I know Elite Dangerous, I don't know Star Citizen. He knows Star Citizen but doesn't know Elite Dangerous, so it's going to work out quite well. What else am I planning to do? I'm also planning to go and start a Doom playthrough. So that's going to be awesome. And what else? Well, Planet Base Season 4 is going to be ending over the next few months, I think. Because basically I've had 4 seasons, they're basically 1 season per planet. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. Season 3 was very, very short because I just kind of curb stomped that planet really quickly. I was really surprised about that because I was expecting that to be really tough. And now we're doing really well on the 4th planet, which is supposed to be even harder, but I'm not finding it that difficult if you just kind of find the little quirks and just how to kind of deal with those planets. But I'm wondering what I'm actually going to go and start covering after. Because I do actually have a game which I'm thinking about using as another series. But it really depends what people think about it. So I've actually got a Ubisoft game that I'm thinking of doing a series on after I finish with Planet Base. I'm not 100% sure about it, we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, but I'm actually thinking of trying Anno 2205. So it's like futuristic city building. It's a little bit like SimCity, but in the future. So that's going to be interesting as well. And also then I'm going to be trying out Doom as well, because I've got Doom. I tried recording it middle of last year or whenever it came out. I tried recording it shortly after it came out. I could play it, I just couldn't record it. Because playing it, I'd play at 60 FPS, but if I hit the record key, it'd go down to like about 10 FPS, so it looked absolutely terrible. But now, with the new rig, with the new RAM, with the new processor, I am very confident that I'm going to be able to do this. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also thinking of doing an occasional video on The Division. But I'm also thinking about changing the way I do my videos. And don't worry, I'm trying to make this better. I'm actually not going to be doing any less videos, really. Or maybe I will, maybe I don't know. Because at the moment I do my level best to try and get a video out every day. But I don't have any structure to when I put videos out, and I really want to start trying to work towards a schedule. So I want to work out what days I want to have certain videos coming out, so you guys actually have a sense of continuity here, so you know when I'm putting things out and on what days. The main issue for me is that I do have a problem with that my upload speed is so abysmal. I literally have to upload overnight. So I cannot upload throughout the day because I've only got a 1.2 meg upload. It takes up my entire bandwidth just to upload something. So sometimes it's really awful to try and upload. A lot of the time, if I upload, none of the other internet works in the house. Apart from like mobile phones going off their mobile internet. But if I upload, Mrs. Chaos Wulff can't go and use her computer in the living room. Well, she can use it, but she can't access the internet because I just use everything. Or something just goes really slow, so she gets annoyed with me, doesn't let me upload if she wants to do something that night or she can't sleep. So I say, that's fine. Just start my upload before you go to sleep. 9 times out of 10 she'll go and do that, but there's that one time out of 10 well, she'll forget, or she'll just fall asleep where she is watching television on the sofa, or watching Netflix on the sofa, so the video's not uploaded for the next day. So that's where uploading to a schedule's a bit difficult for me right now. But hopefully, over this year, or the next few months, we are hoping to potentially move somewhere. I mean, there's nothing concrete, we don't even have a place in mind. We just really want to move. I mean, this place is really awesome. It's a lovely apartment, but it's funnily shaped in many ways. A lot of the rooms are slightly oddly shaped, so you can't fit any furniture in properly. And the main killer for me is the internet. It's just absolutely appalling. You'd think, living in the centre of Oslo, Norway, I'd actually have really good internet, but no. Like, my one building is like the one building in like this square kilometre or square mile where we have absolutely crappy internet. It's terrible. Because we're running on a DSL line, and I feel like I'm back in the Stone Age. Over-exaggeration, yes, I know. But because of that, it makes working to a schedule very difficult. I mean, if I go and upload things several days beforehand, that's fine. And that kind of deals with that situation. The problem with that, then, is it really messes with my ability to react to new situations, like new news and so on. So it just means I wouldn't be able to react to things all that quickly. And I always try to do that. If new stuff comes out, I always try to be the first one to get it out. But it's an uphill battle with this internet. But yeah, oh well. It's first world problems, really. I mean, I can't really complain at all, because despite all that, the issues with the internet, the channel has grown immensely. I've doubled my subscriber base whilst living in this apartment, and this apartment, like I said, has the crappy internet. But it's awesome. I mean, I love it, because I've got the computer rig off in a separate room, so the missus can go off and do whatever she wants in another room, and I don't have to tell her to be quiet. I mean, sometimes I have to tell her to turn the volume of the television down because she likes listening to his, like, ear-bleeding noise. And I'm sitting here trying to record, and I can hear it through two closed doors. But yeah, first world problems and relationship issues. It's not a problem. It's, I love her. But yeah, no, so I do want to start working to a schedule. I'm going all around the houses talking about this. But I think that may have to wait until potentially after we move to a different place. Well, I'll try it. What I'm thinking of doing is trying to get 2 to 3 elite videos out a week, and then having 2 non-elite videos out in a week. So having 5 videos out in a week, so potentially just having videos out on Monday through Friday and just leave the weekends or something, I don't know. Or maybe have weekends for whatever the hell I feel like doing then. Because what I do want to do is start doing some live streaming, but again, with the internet, that's problematic. I can't live stream if the missus is in the house, because I have to disconnect her computer so I can get enough bandwidth to actually get a semi-decently quality stream. I mean, it does blur out a little bit, but when you're playing Elite and you're only doing exploration and so on, it's not too bad, because you're not rushing around trying to kill things and rush around from one place to the other. So it was really bad when I was trying to stream Overwatch, which went abysmally because nobody in this channel is really that interested in Overwatch. But oh well. Well, I don't know if anyone would be interested in watching The Division or whatever, but yeah, we'll see. I do plan to continue with my XCOM 2 series, although it is one of my least popular series, although it does have a very, very dedicated fan base, so that's coming back. Not sure if I'm going to go for a Season 3 or whatever, we'll see how that goes. I'm thinking about potentially trying out Stellaris, I'm not sure. I do have the game, I've not played it yet, because I want to have first reactions if I do actually do recording. I'm going to continue with the Solus project, so obviously we're going to continue with that. We're going to finish off Season 4 of Planet Base. Maybe we'll go back and revisit that, but I think this game is pretty much kind of... After this season, I think we pretty much run its course with this game. So we'll see how it goes. Another new series I'm thinking of doing is Nyan Cat Lost in Space. Yes, sorry, I'm only kidding. No, I'm not. Don't unsubscribe and run away. I'm not going to go and do that. I do have the game just because I thought it'd be funny just to muck around and have a go at. But yeah, so it's going to be Doom, potentially Anno 2205. I'm curious to see about that. But let me know down in the comments what you think. But yeah, I'm going to continue with my 2 elite Dangerous series, the Into the Black and Zero to Hero. So those are going to continue. And yeah, that's great. So yeah, overall, for me, 2016 has been a great year. I mean, yeah, there's been some really crappy things that have happened. I mean, and I don't agree with a lot of people about what they say are crappy things. Not going to go into it, so yeah. But I do agree that losing certain celebrities was a bit sucky. But it was going to happen sooner or later. It just seemed to happen that everything happened last year all at once. It would have been nicer if they'd been spread out a little bit more, but oh well. You know what they say. Get everything out of the way for 2016. Hopefully 2017 is going to be that much better. But I think 2017 is going to be an absolutely great year. Especially for me, for my YouTube, for you guys. I think it's going to be awesome. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like the video if you've liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you. That's what the comments are for. And as always, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help me out. But I've been Commander Chaos Wulff from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing 2017. I will see you soon. And until then, my friends, keep flying and stay shiny.